In terms of where we've just been, over in Glasgow, those talks will continue. Australia was able to go there and outline very clearly not just what our commitments were, because Australia always meets and beats our commitments when it comes to addressing the very real threat of climate change. And not just in terms of emissions reduction, but the support for developing countries, particularly in our own part of the world, our Pacific family and in Southeast Asia, to deal with the adaptation challenges that they have right now. And Australia has been a leader in that area of providing that support for resilience in developing countries, and that has also been an important part of COP26. It is of course about reducing emissions, but it's also about dealing with the impacts right now. Australia understands those very well, and we have tremendous partnerships right across the region to help particularly developing countries to deal with the impacts of climate change that they're experiencing right now. I wish the rest of COP26 all the best for those discussions, and I congratulate Boris Johnson on the work that he's done to try and bring people together around this challenge. For Australia's part, it's about technology enabling us, working principally through the private sector now, which will carry so much of this, because it's the entrepreneurs, the industrialists, it's the financiers working together with the scientists and the researchers that will be delivering those technology solutions on the ground. Our technology-led approach was well received by all of those I spoke with. They understand, like we understand, that if you want to actually deal with this, you must drive the costs of these low emissions technologies down so they're realisable, so they're scalable, so they're affordable. Not just in developed countries like Australia, but they're realisable and affordable in countries like Indonesia and Vietnam, and of course China and India. And so Australia's case at COP was very much about supporting them to ensure they can achieve what I know they want to achieve, but they need to be able to do it with the technology that gets them there, and Australia intends to be at the forefront of delivering that technology.
Prime Minister, just on Cleo Smith, how important was the AFP to this case, and what can you do to involve the police services to ensure that they can, if this ever happens again, that they can find the person quicker?
Well, God forbid that it does, but we know the risks are very real, and every parent knows that. But the AFP has had record support from our government and will continue, and we have extraordinary people who work within the AFP and the capabilities that they have. I won't go into the details of this case specifically, other than to say that everything that we have available to the AFP was there to be used and to lock in with the work that was being done in Western Australia. And so I congratulate the Western Australia State Police. They've done a tremendous job there. Had this occurred in another state or territory, I know the exact same thing would have happened in terms of the capabilities that would have been brought together. And so we're just very pleased and very proud of those who did such a great job to bring Cleo home.